Hi, welcome again. Welcome to Thingus, sort of. Uh, Meredith isn't here today. It's just me. She's at PAX, so I thought I'd just do Thingus by myself today. Welcome to Thingus. Welcome to half of Thingus. Welcome to Boy Dinner. Welcome to half Thingus. We're gonna be playing Half-Life. Wait, why am I holding this? The fuck is this? That's it. How's everybody doing? There's a weird glitch. See if I can get rid of that. How about now? How's the audio? Well, this game is a Thingus, but not for Meredith. Meredith might only remember seeing the Sierra logo on the box of this game. I played it in like 2004, I think. Holy shit, really? Is that how long ago it was? This game is from 98. Can hear you, but not the game. Maybe I can turn it up a little bit. Yeah, I turned it down quite a bit. Alright. Wow, how you like me now? Now you can hear that. I think it's too loud now. I'm turning it down again. You know, I had no idea that this was a feature the first time I played this game, but I was pleasantly surprised. I had my dad's Tommy by the Who CD in my CD drive when I played this game, and I was pretty confused when it just started playing that, but that's part of the game. So if I did have a CD drive, which I don't, then I might be able to play music with CDs, which I also don't have. It's like, I missed my chance with CDs. I used to have some CDs that I burned. I had a CD that said StarCraft on it. But I think it snapped in half one day, and I don't have it anymore. I should make a new one. Although, why should I when I don't even have a CD drive? CD had its chance. It's over now. Is it too late to start collecting CDs? Because I was actually thinking about it would be cool to start collecting CDs, like old games. I was watching a YouTube video about one of those discs that's like 250 games all in one, and they're all like the same game, or they're terrible. But some of them were good. Some of them were pretty cute. There was like one with a cat. It was like Gigi's Quest or something. I'd like to try that one. You know, my uncle once said that he watches the show. So, Kurt, if you're listening, I have a question. I feel like I got one of those discs from you, or like you gave me when I was a kid, like maybe like 30 years ago, or a little bit less than 30 years ago. I got some CD, not CDs, some floppy disks, and I think they were just assorted programs and games, and one of them was like a gnome or like a elf. He was like a little guy, is a game that felt like sort of half finished. I've never been able to find it again. You can find the ISO on archive.org. Oh wow. God bless archive.org. Cause, you know, just like what I'm talking about, like this like extremely obscure thing with like a gnome that throws bones in like a cave. Kinda top down adventure game. I don't know. It didn't feel finished. Felt like I don't know what it was called. I don't know how I can ever find it again. But there's plenty of games like that, and me and Meredith talk about this shit all the time on the show. Like Mitzvah Mania. Like, there's a game where you like collect objects like around a screen, like kind of like Pac-Man. And then like sort of like Kiwi Craze, like a monster appears if you take too long and attacks you. And like it was Jewish themed, and there was like you were like a bag collecting like I don't know stuff. 1998. Wasn't that the year Meredith was bat mitzvahed? I don't know if anybody in my family played this game. I don't know if my brother played this one. He must have, right? Every boy has played this game. But yeah, this game is I think this game is the best first-person shooter ever made. And I think Half-Life 2 is also really good, but I guess I don't hold out for Half-Life 3 because I feel like I'm still not done playing this game. I'm really bad at it, but I love it. It's one of my favorite games, and it's like, first of all, look how fast I am. It's just not like look how quick I can look how fast I can run, all this shit on by default. It just like I don't know, considers you the player. It's like I don't know, the best first person shooter up until this point was probably Doom 2 or something, where you could only look like this in the horizontal. Now you have like they're making games using like Quake and Half-Life that use like the inverse square root thing that makes it possible to run graphically intense shit on 32-bit computers, which everyone at the time had. So that's, you know, it's like a Cambrian explosion after that with like the Quake engine, because it was like open source, and then they turned it into gold source, which is this engine, which is also the same engine as like Counter-Strike and a bunch of other like popular games by Valve. And then they did the Source engine, which is the sequel to the gold Source engine, which was used to make all those other famous games like Team Fortress 2 and Portal and Half-Life 2. And, you know, I guess everybody thought we were being teed up for that exact thing again. Like, they're going to make another engine, another Half-Life, another Portal, another Team Fortress. And we didn't get that, but, you know, I think we got a lot anyway. So what's on everybody's mind this week? What are you looking at? Oh, you think Einstein? Yeah, and then like when you get the weapon, it's like the most satisfying thing to like fuck shit up with it. Um, I judge games quality on how fast you climb a ladder, and in this game, you climb a ladder fast.
You got the wrong airlock, Mr. Freeman. You know I can.
Simulation results are perfectly acceptable, you know. Hello there.
Well, it's also I guess it's also kind of a linear game. It's like the well, I'm actually lost right now. Maybe that's why I never completed this game because I got too lost.
Yes, this all looks nominal. The sample was just delivered to the test chamber. Good morning, Gordon.
So I'll wish Meredith good luck this week. Week, week this week, not weekend. Meredith and perfect tides.
Grand unification, boys. Hmm?
Probably one of these brainiacs I have to talk to.
You know, you repeat yourself sometimes.
It's like I have a
I think we should delay for another recalibration.
I guess I have a attention disorder because I really like games where I could just run through and not really think about what I'm doing. I don't really like games where there's a whole lot of reading. Just like fucking shit up. And right now I can't remember where I'm supposed to be.
Someone's hidden my glasses again.
Go right back. I don't know where you're saying to go. I'll figure it out. I'll get it. We'll be here all night if we have to.
Sorry, Mr. Freeman, I got explicit orders not to let you through without your hazard suit on.
Why do we all have to wear these?
Yeah, where's my suit? Where's my super suit? I need it! None of these guys are any help. Where's the yellow paint line that points to my super suit? Well, it's not in there.
Most of the simulation results are perfectly acceptable, you know.
The guy in there.
Now,
Here's my super suit.
down procedure chart. I must remember to report that fluctuation.
Um, what am I doing again? Wait, have like a button set to shift. Try that. Oh, there we go. Yay! Fun!
As I expected.
Thank you.
Did you
So
submit
yeah, I need my suit because there's poisons everywhere.
Mr. Freeman, you know I can't let you through.
Not you, other guy.
going soft on that ethics issue again,
Yeah, I think about like Kirby
right about that exponential cascade.
in like Kirby Superstar. Kirby climbs that ladder so fast. What about games where they climb the ladder slowly? We must call them out. Real life. You cannot climb
Looks like you're in the barrel today.
that fast in real life. And I think that's what a lot of games are thinking, that like, oh, it's not like real life. But this game is like, of course it's not real life. It's Half-Life. Where's a ladder? I need to demonstrate. You can go up a ladder about as fast as you can run. Oh yeah, so if you hold down shift, you could just walk. So what do we want to talk about? And by we, I mean me. Nice sound effect. Let's see. Let's see. I wrote down jump scared by Snoop Dogg. You ever feel like you're getting jump scared by Snoop Dogg? Like a little too often, like more than usual. It's like he's always been there to jump scare us in people's music video. You know, he always appears out of nowhere. But now it's just like I'm seeing like multiple products with Snoop on it. It's like alcohol, shoes. Seen Snoop everywhere. What's the nature of the next Snoop jump scare is what I'm asking. The Snoop scare.
Freeman, it's good to see you.
Oh my god, I'm popular.
We boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of gamble, but we need the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
Who the hell who the hell said it to shift? I did. I don't know why I did that and then forgot, but it is a really convenient spot for me. I'm left-handed, remember? So I always have to set everything. You know, Meredith is also left-handed, and so is our sister Jackie. The only one who's not left-handed is our brother. So, I don't know. All the artists are the left-handed ones. I got my flashlight. What's the... Or I forget the hotkey for that. There we go.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
Yeah, Jackie's my twin sister.
This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
Oh shit, sorry. I'm trying to enlarge the chat. It's like really fucking crushed. Sorry.
And potentially the most unstable.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures,
There we go.
you'll be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Ah, yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead.
Blah, blah, blah. Stadler and Waldorf. Hey, why do they call him Gordon Freeman? He's not very free and he's not very man. Ha 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 ha. Look at that! That's what I'm talking about. Take damage just to enjoy that again. I don't know. It's just satisfying.
The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 8.
So, you know, this is one of those games that Meredith understands as being a classic, but will never play herself. It's like, it's just like a history class to her. But I play this game for fun. Because look how fast you can do that. Sorry to make you dizzy.
We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3.
The next game is good. It also adds like this gun, this gravity gun that you can pick stuff up and shoot people with it. You can like throw tin cans at guys.
Stage 2 emitters activated.
What could possibly go wrong?
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will.
Is there a mod that turns him into Buzz Lightyear? I mean, maybe, but how and why? I feel like you don't even see what Gordon looks like. I don't think you even have a model for him. See, he's got no feet. There's no reflections in this game.
I've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should
Can't help but hear what could possibly go wrong in Bubsy's voice. Yep.
for your specimen.
Although, unlike Bubsy, this is a decent game. But like Bubsy, I never finished it. And like Bubsy, you can go fast. I'm just like waiting, right?
Slot the carrier into the analysis folder.
Wants me to put the something in the whatever.
Nothing you need to worry about, Gordon. Go ahead.
Hit the computer button again.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please work as quickly as you can. Gordon, get away from the shutting down. Don't attempt to shut down.
Where's the ladder? Oh God. Unforeseen consequences. How are the newspapers going to report on, or I guess not at all? I guess the newspapers are like, there's this guy, Gordon Freeman, but don't worry, we're gonna get him.
Why didn't they listen? I warned them. I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
Portland, you're alive. Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here. You'll need me to activate the retinal scanners. I'm sure the rest of the science team will gladly help you.
Access denied.
Well, there goes our grant money.
Access denied.
Wouldn't you like to get one of these blood samples under the microscope?
Fuck. Do now.
Denied.
Cute. You know, here's something I wanted to talk about. Back in like 2000 or so, there was a commercial for PlayStation 2 that showed
The anomalous materials lab. Yes, I recognize you.
it showed like the future of PlayStation as being like a translucent sphere that connects to your mind and fully immerses you into the game, and like it has like access to your like it has access to like your mind, I guess. Like it like creates hallucinations for you. um I'm thinking, you know, like with the PlayStation 5 almost ready to age out, and PS6 eventually going to be announced. I feel like we're not going to, at this rate, we're not going to get the PS9 the way it was promised. Although they did say it was going to come out in like the year 2060. So, the PlayStations might slow down. I don't know. It depends on how zealously they follow this promise that they've made. It depends on how the development of brain computer chips goes in the next 3 decades. But like, I feel like the whole thing being like, oh, I'm back here again. The whole thing being like a translucent orb is like, this didn't suddenly open up, did it? Yeah. It being like a translucent orb feels so far away. like even if it could connect to your mind, I guess, you know, like when I was a kid, we still used floppy disks, and it's amazing to think about how long ago it's been since using floppy disks was the norm. Yeah, let's go.
I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
I'm lost as fuck.
This is as far as I go.
He's not following me. Fine. But you know, like in the news, you see shit like we got like these like new AI chips. We have these like quantum computers. It's like none of this shit existed when I was born. It was like what we had was like the Game Boy that came out like the year after I was born.
I'll be happy to survive this with all my parts.
IDK about brain chips. Let's just try to not survive first for the next 30 years. I mean, yeah, I don't know if brain chips will actually help us. I mean, brain chips are just not a toy. They're used for like disabled people so they can walk again or something. Um, yeah, let's see. What else do I want to talk about? My mom is here to help when a new baby comes, and I stepped away briefly to hear family gossip of apparently distant cousin who became Orthodox Jewish, and her mom have become Trumpist because Bibi, which is unfortunate. Well, you know, does that surprise you? That tracks, doesn't it? That anyone who's like, oh, hey, oh, he's following me. You gonna unlock the door? Anyone who's like zealously into something like that is going to follow
Okay, I'll secure this area.
a tyrant like that.
Let's get the hell out of here.
It's like you know who fucking said the religion was the you know the thing, man. Religion is the opiate of the masses. I think like Voltaire said that. It's the same thing except it's like with these fucking guys that people idolize. These fucking guys they follow on Twitter. Are you not gonna step over this shit? I guess this guy isn't who I need. All my Jewish friends hate BB. BB. I kill babies. Don't criticize me.
Access denied.
Fuck you, mother. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. Maybe he's got the answer.
Yes, let's go.
The name Benjamin is ruined. No, Benjamin's fine. Whatever. Benjamin is the name of the character from Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. He could be Benjamin. Oh, he's helping. Ah! Ah! Oh, fuck us. Valve always has these. Oh, shit! Valve always has these really cinematic games. Like, before, I just knew, like, Final Fantasy with the cutscenes, the, like, pre-rendered cutscenes. But, like, in games like this and, like, Portal, they would have, like, they'd have like physics simulations or whatever, and like lasers that kill you instead of like cutting away to cutscenes. You're just like in a cutscene. And you know, just like I was saying about Metroid Prime the other week, this is just so well designed that like it doesn't even really matter that the art is so like the graphics are so like low res. I think it's still just like I got the thing, I got the crowbar. Ow. How did I get past here? Oh, there's a button. It sounds kind of like you, Fred. Access denied. Where did I even get that from him? Oh, here it is. Finally, free. That's why I'm Gordon Freeman. Oh shit, I didn't mean to kill those guys. Sorry. Oh no! That's another wonderful thing about this game, that it's just constantly autosaving for you. Do I have to kill them? I guess, here, I'll kill myself again. This time I will open the door, and then I'll think about pressing the button. I guess that didn't do anything. I guess they were doomed anyway. Look at the meat, the like piles of meat they left behind. Oh hey, ladder, my best friend. My second best friend. My best friend is crowbar. And my second best friend is ladder. Oh, sorry, did I kill him too? Finally, a gun. How do I reload? There we go. In Mario, it's like the coins. But in this game, it's when you see guys. I'm so out of it. And I love being out of it when I play a game. I'm not here to think. I'm not here to train my brain. If I was, I guess I'd be playing Brain Age, which is great for training your brain. But I don't know. I think in my opinion, a classic game is just about kill. It's just like, I don't know, run through, fuck shit up. Out. You know, it's not like there's no like problem solving, but it's pretty straightforward. You go where the bad guys are, you fuck shit up, you die. Game is forgiving. This is what I love about it probably the most. You know, my brother and sister would sometimes talk about how games like this would give them nausea. You know, they'd have like motion sickness playing a fast moving game like this. And I never had that problem, but fuck, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like trying to feel what it's like. But yeah, my brother did not want to play Super Mario Galaxy. He said it made, just looking at it, made him look like he was going to get nauseous. Now what? Another dead end? I don't suppose there's a map in this game. Doesn't seem to be a mini map. Just play it portable while riding in someone's car. Oh, right. I just came from here. Yeah, it's like a mouse running around a maze, honestly. It's like no matter how lost I get, I'll eventually figure out where to go. It's like Micro Mouse. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Micro Mouse because it's like when you talk about like artificial intelligence, it one of the things that's like in the development of artificial intelligence is this thing called Micro Mouse. It's like a competition where you build a robotic mouse that the goal is for it to get to the goal as fast as it can, you know, faster than the other mice. And, you know, they let them train the mice on the maze, and whoever has the fastest mouse wins. And pretty much all of this large language model stuff is based on these concepts of like a mouse finding cheese. And if you talk to one of these bots about anything, it will like find like a sort of like politically correct or like, you know, technically correct answer to anything you might be saying. You know, some of it will be made up garbage, but it found an answer, so it's like it believes it's technically correct. But yeah, like it seeks out these answers, but like on a massive scale with like these massive branching trees of dialogue. But its origins are really in this funny little mouse game competition. Can't take the flag and wear it. And I'm lost. I'm like, I can't even get out of here. I'm like an old man. Really eager to try this Dr. Bronner's toothpaste. I've heard that you could use Dr. Bronner's as toothpaste, but then I tried it and it wasn't really that good. So now I see that they made a product that just is toothpaste, so I'm going to try that. You know, Dr. Bronner is an interesting person. He he was taken to a mental institution, which he escaped, and he thought he had escaped a concentration camp. he had actually was just escaping from a mental institution because he was crazy. And like, if you take a, you know, even one little glance at the words on his soap bottles, you know he's crazy. But like, he was a genius, I guess. He was a scientist and he invented soaps, and he used hemp seed oil to make his soaps, and he talked about God and like Abe Lincoln and shit on the bottle of his soap. I like that the world allows for such kooks. You know, like I feel like there are kooks that stress me out, like, you know, people who think the world is flat or whatever. But, you know, I'm glad there's room for kooks like Dr. Bronner. Got this ladder. I forgot. Ah. Oh, brother. You got any bullets? So yeah, like, I was looking at a game called Eggerland, and Eggerland is, at first I thought, I was like, wait, is this just Adventures of Lolo, but like the translated, like the before the is like the Japanese version? No, it's a different game with the same art and the same music, but with different levels. So that had me wondering, like, what other games have like sequels that don't even have the name of the first game? Like, you know, like the first thing I thought was Riven, sequel to Mist, but it also says sequel to Mist under it, so it's like that might not. Well, you know, there's got to be other examples. I guess Dark Souls, Sekiro, Elden Ring. There's the best example I can think of. Those are all sequels, but they're not called Dark Souls games. Yeah, I guess the Elder Scrolls does that a little bit. You know, people address them by their subtitle, not what Elder Scrolls game they are. The Elder Scrolls 5 is Skyrim, but people call it Skyrim, not the Elder Scrolls 5. My brother played Morrowind. He played the shit out of that on Xbox. I'm so lost. Help! But wait, wasn't I just killing guys? I feel like I'm stuck. Like in the floor. Metroid 2. I'm always so hopelessly lost in Metroid. Maybe I can reload from the last save. You know what? Fuck this shit. I have another game entirely from January. Just play from this point. That's better. I'm probably gonna do even worse now. Oh no, it reloaded this again. I feel like I was going the right way and then I went all the way back. I'm just like the fucking micro mouse. Check all these corners. You know, you do this 100 times. No, you do it like a million times, and then you finally learn. Yeah, did I go down all the way? Batteries. I never realized how much SCP Secret Lab game was inspired by Half-Life and SCP in general. Maybe I hadn't really thought about that. That it might be kind of like a Half-Life offshoot. There's quite a lot of Half-Life inspired work. Um, I feel like the entirety of like Gmod is really like hilarious, and you know, an offshoot of Half-Life uses all the assets. You know, everything people make with Source Filmmaker and you know, like Skibbity Toilet. It's all just like the characters from Half-Life. Wait, I've been this way. Did I have my I didn't have this. Yeah, was there anything I could do down here now that I have the crowbar? No, no, I've definitely been through here as well. And is there a game I can play and like be stupid? Oh man, if only I had the Patrick game. The game that I'm always talking about playing on the show. Yeah, I thought I did that already. Haha, got him. Absolute cleanliness is godliness. Teach the moral ABC that unites all mankind free. Instantly 6 billion strong, and we're all one. Yeah, I love that kook. Love that weird fucking bottle. There's something endearing about that. I think you know, a recurring thing on Thingus is me and Merida talking about Jewish people we like. You know, like you know, Larry David did nothing wrong. Let's see, what else? Micro mouse. I can click that one. I can check that one off. Uh see. I have no idea how much I pay for eggs. Well, yeah, look, I don't really look at the price for eggs. I guess I eat them kind of slowly, but you know, I'm still probably. Oh hey, I didn't go this way. Yeah, Meredith is vegan, and like I still eat eggs, but like I feel like we sort of agree that like you know eggs are eggs are something we could probably pay a little more for anyway. I don't know. Depends on who you're talking to. Gaston, for instance, would be very offended. How dare you make me pay for my eggs? Oh shit. Oh brother. There's no ammo anywhere. Burn into meat. That's my favorite part of this game, is that you can turn corpses into meat. Oh, fuck off. Fucking bast ass. Game gave me no choice but to fight him with this. There we go, now we're talking. Just as I ran out, the game gave me. Yeah, no, I haven't really played too many recent first-person shooters. I think the most recent one I played was Doom 2016. That was cool. I played that on the Switch. Didn't get very far, but I never really do. I don't think I beat BioShock either. Wait, no, didn't I beat it? I played BioShock. That was another good game. Halo, I played those games. I was in high school. Fuck off. Oh, I see. Gotta find my way over there. But yeah, like, you know, when I was in high school, that's when I would play all these kinds of games. 2004, I think I said. Whenever I played the Neverhood on PC, it was like 2004 or something. Also a 98 game, I think. Oh no, come back. Were there two guys up there coming down? But yeah, like, yeah, GoldenEye came out in 97, and that is just like every single boy in my school would play that. And then in high school it was Halo 2. This game I played alone. This game I played after the fact. And I guess at the time Half-Life 2 was out, so I was probably playing that at the same time. I don't know if these are really Thingus or just boring memories. Ah! But I thought the Tommy by the Who thing was cool. It goes well. It pairs well with this game. I would play it, but I don't think that would be allowed on Twitch. That album is a Thingus. Like it's like nostalgic even before it was nostalgic for when I was playing it, listening to it while playing this. Because you know, we would listen to that. It was like one of my dad's favorite bands. And you know, it's about a boy who has no senses, can't see or hear, or speak, but he can feel and smell, and he can play pinball despite his condition. And everyone treats him like shit. It's like he's got a wicked Uncle Ernie. He has an evil uncle. He has a twisted cousin Kevin. Everyone sucks. His parents don't want him. Alright, this time I'm going to go Ninja Turtle style on these fucks. I'm just gonna do this. And if you get hit, it's your own fault. Ow. Alright, that was my fault, I guess. Oh, brother. So if you don't kill them, then you have to fight them later. But I can't seem to kill them so easily. Oh, God, just go! Alright, I think I got this. Ah! Son of a bitch! Oh god, there's a few healths, but there's a lot of crabs. Oh, but yeah, the deaf, dumb, and blind boy can play a mean pinball. Oh shit! Fell into the meat grinder. Now I have to do all that shit again. Just great. Maybe I should just say fucking go forward. Or maybe I should stick with plan A. Good thing I have plenty of ammo. I don't know how this would possibly work if I didn't have the gun. Oh my god. Of course there's more. This is kind of like Ninja Turtles with these little guys that are just like 90% mouth. Little bastards. And they're kind of cute too. Oh, I see. There's boxes. Wait. Oh, there's no ceiling on that. How do I do this? Maybe it's not like that. And what about down there? Oh yeah, I died before. Let's just keep moving. Oh man, it didn't even autosave after I got the health. Alright, let's do that again. If you want to follow me, you've got to play pinball. And put in your earplugs, put on your eye shades, you know where to put the cork. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, he couldn't see, he couldn't hear, and he couldn't shit. So now if you want to follow him, you have to live as he did. No shitting. That's why they couldn't take it. Yeah, not gonna take it. Familiar title. A webcomic by Meredith. in the early 2000s. Don't tell Meredith, but you can still see it on archive.org. I don't want to put her old webcomic on blast because nobody would want that. But I believe she mentioned it in a previous show. I looked it up. I found a really funny page that I forgot about. It's like, everyone, I have an announcement to make. All right, I have to jump there. He's like, everyone, I have an announcement to make. I'm a skeleton. He takes his skin off and he's a skeleton underneath. All right, this time I'm gonna save. Yeah, Meredith was a webcomic artist in the early 2000s. And it was not gonna take it. The song, like the Who song. We're not gonna take it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. We're not gonna take it. Never did and never will. Don't want no religion, as far as we can tell. Ain't gonna take you. We forsake you. Gonna you. Let's forget you better still. Man, these guys are so strong. I'm so proud of them. It's like, guys, it's almost fucking summer. And there's ants. And you know, I hate to kill them. I love ants. These guys are reminding me of the ants. I admire them. I don't kill them because I hate them. I just have to kill them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really do like these guys. Look how cool they are. They should be studied. You shouldn't be married. You should be studied. Okay. This time, say Micro Mouse. He gets it eventually. After 70 deaths. Figures it the fuck out. I guess just wait for that to happen and then do that. Sorry about my mouse brain. As I stated before, I don't play games to be like that brain engaged. I like when there's strategy involved, but I guess I feel like this is such a classic type of game that just like has like a million levels and like plenty of fun challenges, and like it's straightforward. The puzzles are like, you know, push the crate. Yeah. Not my favorite game, but I think it's totally a classic, totally worth playing over and over. I guess first-person shooters are just not my favorite type of game. Maybe that's why I feel like I've already ruled that this is the best one. Having given all of them a chance. I'd like to give Doom Eternal a try, because I did like the first Doom. I thought the soundtrack was good. Yeah, and well, I remember reading reviews back in the day. It was like, I liked BioShock, and then BioShock 2 came out, and everyone was saying it's like, it's not bad, but it's not done by the same people. It's like a completely different game, blah, blah, blah. You know, reviews were not quite as positive. So I didn't get it. And then Bioshock Infinite came out, and people straight up said it was bad, which is too bad because it looked kind of neat. But I ended up not playing that one either. There's lots of games to play, so you do have to like go by what people are saying, unless you're really curious, I guess. I wonder if there are any games. Well, I'm curious about Half-Life Alyx, although I'm not sure if my computer can play it. I'll have to find out probably after I buy it. I guess Steam will let you refund a game if it doesn't work on your computer in like 24 hours or something. See, do I want to like use these guys to get up there? No! Nah, I can't do it like that. But yeah, I mean that game looks good. I wasn't saying it like curious about a bad looking game. That game looks cool. It just looks like very inaccessible. So like the amount I can play it, I'll have to find out. I mean that's actually like Half-Life 3. If anyone wanted it, there it is. There's like a new Half-Life game that you do need VR to play it, I think, but it looks so fucking cool. It looks worth it. If an alien visited Earth and asked to play just one action game, I'd show them Doom Eternal. I played Alex on a laptop. Oh wow, with a 2060 just fine. All right, then I should give it a shot. I should just buy it. I'm sure I'll love it. Uh, yeah, like that game just like happened to like not a whole lot of fanfare. It's just not the most accessible game. Well, this game is accessible. It's like oh no. Ah! Jesus Christ, it got me. Maybe I should let it get me because I feel like I need to go back to my last save. All right. Valve will issue a refund for any title requested within 14 days and has been played for less than 2 hours. Okay, good to know because I did notice that I left Resident Evil open all night while I was asleep and like had Twitch open playing Pixel Station 64 while I was sleeping, and it counted that as hours played. So I better be careful not to leave Half-Life Alyx open if it doesn't work. Ow! I am a little curious about Half-Life in not Half-Life, Bioshock Infinite, because it's like no, it's like it looks like they that should have had like an Eggerland title. That should have been just called like Infinite Land or something. That would have made it more endearing or something if it wasn't attached to BioShock, but people still understood it as a BioShock game. Oh. So when you were saying it's on archive.org, I forget what we were talking about. Was it StarCraft? Because I wouldn't mind playing a little StarCraft for a little bit. See if I can find it. Okay, it's downloading. This game is fun. I'm just like actually bad at it. Not that I'm good at StarCraft, but I thought we would have a boys' night since the girl is gone. Meredith played StarCraft. I remember her kicking my ass. Just not as much as I did and my brother did. Meredith did not hesitate to Zerg rush me the first time we played together. Like the first time I ever played. That's what I remember. Although maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was someone else playing. I'm sure if you asked her, she would have no recollection of this. Alright, what am I supposed to do in this section? Supposed to get there? How can I do this without falling in the water? And if I fall in the water, what do I do? I just jump on a crate? You stupid poopid. You can't swing from this thing. Final rupture. But yeah, what else is going on? So, so I, after like 5 months of just staring at the Ticketmaster page, I bought a ticket to see Kendrick Lamar and SZA on the day it was happening 2 days ago on Monday. I waited a long time to get it. I just said fuck it. It's like this is what I've been listening to on loop. This GNX by Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA and DJ Mustard. I couldn't stop listening to it. I learned many of the song's lyrics. I was like, what the fuck am I doing not going? And I just ended up going anyway. I just fucking did it. And it was wonderful. It was the greatest. It was the first concert I'd been since like 2 years before the pandemic. So it's been the last time I went to a concert, I saw Jack Terrycloth, who is dead now. I saw World Inferno and Jack Terrycloth, and I shook his hand. It was in a little basement. It was amazing. It was the loudest anything could ever be. This is like, you know, dangerous mosh pit. It is a beautiful thing. It's you know, Jewish music, but with like a punk rock angle to it. Rest in peace, motherfucker. God, why did he have to die? It's like I'm experiencing firsts, like having a favorite musician die, and like having my other favorite musician, Kendrick, is at his peak right now. Like this is just like I'm witnessing it in real time. And I'm not even witnessing it in real time. I'm witnessing it like way after it happens. Feels like it's like it's all in the past. Like the entire rap beef took like several months to play out, but by the time I got to it, it was all over. And then when I was a fan, he drops GNX, which is, you know, this was the Grand National Tour. I was like, I'm not gonna miss out on the Grand National Tour, and it was fucking spectacular. I'm so happy I went. I've never been this much of a fan of a living musician. Well, there was Jack, but I've never been this much of a fan of a living musician who gets this much attention and you know, really deserves it too. You know, we've been talking about Kendrick a little on the show, how he's Daffy Duck because he goes and like he's bad tempered, he's a little guy, and how he's suffered so fucking much, and like he's just pulled himself out of pain and misery, and you know, still has pain and misery, but it's like no matter how rich he gets, he's still a good artist, which is, you know, so cool that, like, you know, he never loses integrity no matter how successful he is. And, you know, he's he destroyed Drake, but like it's not even about hating Drake as much as it is about him being great. That like he's just like such a master at the rhymes and the flow and the English language. It's just like so it's like I you know, I feel like I'm witnessing like history, like Mozart or something. It's amazing what he can do with hip hop, which, you know, I kind of thought was mostly in the past, but no, it's like take it to a new level all the time. It's like even without his lyrics, the music is so good and so different from everything else. It's like it's like he has this, like, you know, all this like weird cryptic black and white symbolism and messaging with this black car that it's like an old 1987 Buick Grand National, and it was like the car his dad drove, and it was like the car that was like the year he was born, and it's an old car, but it's a monstrous car, and like he's just like taking on everyone, saying that nobody congratulated him when he got the Super Bowl, and how it's like, you know, Snoop Dogg posted Drake's shit. It's like I couldn't fucking believe it. and you know, I'm back in chorus with Mr. McKinnon. I'm like singing with this guy. I know all his words, and you know, once in a while I'll be like, okay, well, I don't know this because I'm a new fan. I'm mostly into his new shit. But like he, you know, it's like no one can actually sing this but him. You know, I realized this when I did so, you know, I did Eminem at karaoke one time, and like in karaoke people sing along with you unless it's something like Slim Shady. There's no way anybody can keep up. They don't know the words. You know, people know the chorus. They know "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." They know "I'm Slim Shady." They know you know, whatever. Most songs have a version of that. But like to actually go through those lyrics is actually difficult, and only he can actually do it. He and like 3 or 4 of the most dedicated people in the audience who know all the words to every one of his songs. And, you know, I know like 20% of all the words to all of his songs. But he knows 100% of them. There's this one video of him that's like, they were asking like, what's your wackest song? And it's like, bitch, I'm in the club or something like. But you know, and like you listen to it and it's not very good. But even not very good from Kendrick is sort of good. And SZA is cool. I feel like they both have like a real sense of like artistry. They're, you know, they're great filmmakers. There was like a whole like film that played out on screen during the performance. There was pyrotechnics, there was fireworks, there was like everybody, you know, tell everybody to turn their flashlights on, and then when they started to turn them off, he was like, hey, turn them back on. And immediately they turned back on. That was an amazing thing to see. You know, it's not a cheap ticket, And probably the absolute worst thing about this whole experience was, you know, I was hungry, so I got a $30 pizza. You know, the tables were kind of crowded, so I asked some people if I could sit with them. I hung out with these people from Detroit for a bit, talking about how it's like, like they call this a Detroit pizza. It's like how is this a Detroit pizza? And one of them was like, well, Little Caesars is a Detroit pizza. It's actually, if you eat it in Detroit, it's good, but not at the stadium. So, you know, I was complaining about the pizza. It tasted just like fucking lunch pizza, the kind that you would get at high school. It was just like, I'm a huge glutton and I didn't even finish it. I didn't want to be sick. I was, you know, I'd had enough to survive. It's like you eat that thing while, you know, you right after you look at the sign that said how many calories are in it. It's like, hi, oh, it's so cute. Hate to kill these guys, they're so cute. It's like, it tells you it's like between, it doesn't even know, it estimates between 1,000 and 1,500 calories for this pizza. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll just not finish it. But I feel bad for the raccoons eating it now. It's like they don't deserve such crappy pizza. God, I fucking love raccoons. They're so cute. Did I tell the story about the raccoons? There were raccoons in my house. Well, I feel like I spoiled it. I should have told it different, but I think I've told the story before on Thingus that there were two baby raccoons hanging out in my house trying to find food. They were hanging on my pantry shelves. They're so cute. It was like I saw them like I heard a noise. These are the old days where I used to sleep with my window open. It was like one of those big sliding door windows that, you know, it goes all the way to the floor, and I just, you know, left that open, and it was that way for months, and nothing bad ever happened until one day, I woke up because I thought my cat was making noise, and I looked over at my cat, and he was there next to me, like on the bed. I was like, what? Like, you know, like double take like a cartoon, like, huh? It's like, keep it down, Mecca. And Mecca was like, oh, sorry. I was like, Mecca? And it's like, I go in there with my gun, obviously, and I see just two adorable little baby raccoons, little twins. So scared. They're so scared. They just looked at me so fearfully, like backing up into the corner, like like, oh my god, like a human being, like a little person. And I I thought they were so adorable. I was so upset, but so cute. They were so cute. I was like so happy that they were cute. I was like, oh my god, I want them. I want to keep them. I have to keep them. And I called my friend. She didn't know what to do. I called a raccoon removal, and he was going to charge me like hundreds of dollars, and it was going to take hours. It's like, there's raccoons in my house. What do I do? I just put some food pellets in a row. I lured them into the bathroom, and then I closed the door. They went into the tub. They walked into the bathtub. I put the bag. I put my cat's carrier inside the bathtub, and they were like, what? And I was like, get in. And they're like, okay, we'll trust you. And they went in. Like, I feel like, I also put some food in the bag, but I feel like I did need to wait for them to trust me because they had no choice. They were so cute. They weren't gonna attack. I guess there was the threat of that, but they were just hungry. They were just curious and hungry, and they weren't able to find anything to eat. Everything was in bags. or cans in the pantry. So, you know, I give them some cat food. I give them some apple cores. Um, and oh, they went in the bag, and I just like put the bag outside and unzipped it. When I came back, they were gone. I looked around the corner. I just see two little raccoons walking off in the rain, walking under someone. Somebody was sitting in a chair with their feet up, and the raccoon just like walked under their feet. I mean, with their feet down, and the raccoons just walked through their feet, and like, imagine being that neighbor, just saw the raccoons go through their feet, and then they would just walk down the steps in the rain. The most heartwarming sight of my life. It was definitely a good thing to happen during the pandemic when I was really isolated, and was, you know, scared for a second that there was a robber in my house. Oh my god. Crush. But yeah, I love raccoons because of that. That day changed me. I realized how much I had in common with them. My friend Anna, who I called to ask what to do, often compares me to a raccoon. Because she would get rid of stuff all the time that she wasn't using, and like she had gotten into the habit of asking me first before throwing stuff out. Like, you want that? You're a raccoon. It's like, you know, there's always things are always a threat. Like pizza slices are a threat around me because it's like, is anybody gonna eat this? Is nobody gonna eat this? If nobody's gonna eat it, it's like I you know, I don't want to be a glutton, but I really hate when food goes to waste. And, you know, I mentioned before that I did waste some food. Ugh. I'm trying to be a little less of a raccoon, you know. I lost a lot of weight when I stopped being such a raccoon. Dude, let me in so I can help you. No! No! Yo, can you hit the button? Look at what I have to deal with now. You know what? Try installing this. All right, let's try this. Let's see. What are people saying? Need a raccoon video series. What? Here we go. Now we're talking. If this world were mine. Yeah, like the shit that he makes ranges from badass to sweet, beautiful, and like really gentle. God, like he's just such a brilliant musician. I'm so glad I went. Like I was thinking like I don't have to go, and then I went. It's like I had to go. I did have to go because I was that big of a fan of this album. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I related to it on a personal level. That's why I like rappers now, like him and Eminem. It's like I especially like these rappers who aren't afraid to be vulnerable. That like they actually have some pain to talk about, and like they're not just like so guarded like some of these other guys. Okay, mount. I gotta insert the CD in quotes. 'Set number of drives 1. You have to restart your computer. Oh, brother. Did it say you may need to? No. It says you need to. Well, I don't want to do that. I'm streaming. Auto mount. No. Fuck off. All right. Well, I guess we didn't. I guess we can't do StarCraft. But yeah, I was thinking there needs to be a raccoon related TV show, like about like raccoons and like a raccoon removal guy. Man, what else is a Thingus? What else can I play? Maybe I can play it in browser. I remember StarCraft Ghost. It's a canceled game about is like a third person shooter about like a character in StarCraft. Hey, check it out. It's FL Studio.
Kill everyone now!
What else do I have to play? StarCraft campaign editor. Maybe I can play that. Hell yeah, now we're talking. I don't have to play. I could just do this. Blame Joe for me digging these up. Well, you know, somebody gotta do it. Make a StarCraft map and then, or I can't play StarCraft, but I can play Minecraft. How about I play some Minecraft after this? Oh, you'll love it. Don't make that face. No, I really do like Minecraft. That's a game that Anna introduced me to. Anna is my friend from Pittsburgh. I guess I do have more than one friend that I made in Pittsburgh. I have at least 4. This is just for the aesthetics. Never ask for too much credit. Seeking validation just for the aesthetics. I deserve it all. You know what? He does deserve it all. He deserves $30 pizzas. He deserves $200 concert tickets. He deserves 2.5 million on the average day. Whatever he said in his lyrics. Grass. Touch it. Man, alien grass sucks. It's not even green. I guess the grass wasn't greener after all. Oh, you could just add guys. All right, let me add some minerals. Maybe make like maybe make a battle to get to the minerals in the center or something. High dirt. Okay, so there's like do these as like natural barriers. This is kind of fun. This reminds me of Simtown. You remember that? Why would you? Let's see if I can find that on if I can play that in browser, that'd be fun. Illegal command simtown.exe. Program cannot be run in DOS mode. Well, Anyway, what are people talking about? Pittsburgh is an okay city for a city that basically requires a car. Yeah, yeah, it's tough living in Pittsburgh without a car. I did for a while. For a few years, I lived in Shady Side and Friendship and Garfield area without a car, and I was fine because I was near supermarkets and stuff. Um, but yeah, like after I moved out a little further from the city, that's when it's just like you need a car. It's like everywhere I would need a car to get anywhere, to get to the store, to get to the to the station. You need a car. Oh hell yeah. Oh my god. Here we go. Simtown. Build a town and influence the lives of the people who live there with Simtown, the town you build yourself. This music is burned into my memory. Is it really from 1994? Holy shit. Yeah, don't violate your click and play user license, or else Maxis will find you. More about click and play. Super fast games. With click and play, you can create fast games in Windows. Choose from over 1,000, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what any of this means, but I guess it's like a game maker made just by Maxis. Europress Software? Never heard of them. C. Great Drive. One of my favorites. I don't know what happened. I guess the program quit. It got this far. I'm just gonna leave this open while I play. I just want the music. There we go. Now we're cooking. This is what I wanted. Let's see. There should be like some water in the center or something. Or maybe I can do like a river. The rocky ground. I don't know what that does. I don't know if it slows your guys down or if it's just aesthetics. Here we go. Resources, mineral field. So you generally just have like that. I guess the game crashed again. Or, the music just died. Anyway, that was funny. Yeah, there's like a bunch of different mineral field types. I don't know what exactly is the difference. Just aesthetics, like many things in life. They're just aesthetics. You want it to look cool. Put a couple of Vespian geysers. Yeah, these guys are actually gonna have a really long drive over to the command center. Try to make it, try to make it balanced at least. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't know what you saved this as. Just the start location. Go. And yeah, I'm sure if I hit test, it's not gonna play, but can still come up with some fun. Well, I don't know. Right now, it's actually just kind of like generic looking. Nothing like really special about it. Also, you can't actually play unless you can. Well, I think actually, yeah, this is a thing that like you can play with the map like this. You just can't have ground units travel. You have to have some like something pick them up and bring them over. I mean, if I look at river crossing, is it literally this idea? No, there's bridges. Some of these maps were so cool. Oh man, this is so fucking nostalgic. I remember I'd always go down to the bottom one to go to the biggest map. Just do one-on-one in the biggest map. Excuse me. StarCraft. Just like another game I love. Minecraft. Let's play a little Minecraft and then end this stream. This has been fun. This has been a nice boy stream. playing our boy games. Oh, do I have to install it again? It's just a 100 MB update. Nothing crazy. Yeah, I haven't played Minecraft in a while. For a while, I was getting emails constantly like, "Oh, let's try Confuckistan." That'll be Confunistan. Ow! I'm already dying. Game is too hard. Also, let's full screen this. No audio? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's just start from scratch. This is Minecraft. If you've never heard of it, it's a game where you mine and craft and that sort of thing. It's actually based off of a freeware open source game called Infiniminer. That, it's open source and you're allowed to use it for commercial projects, just like they did with this game. Isn't it amazing to think that this highly commercialized game is actually based off of free software, free open software? You know, the guy who made Minecraft certainly added a lot to it, but the original concept was not his. I think there's something interesting about that. That like this game really was just a gift from someone, and you know, this guy who benefited greatly from it didn't share any of that with the original creator. He had no legal obligation to, but you know, it's just like the fact that he didn't get paid makes it feel like Minecraft is sort of like just a gift, a free gift to the world. Not that it's free. It costs 27 fucking dollars, but you know, it should have been free. I think if you can get Minecraft for free, do it. I don't know how to do it. I paid for this game. $27, it's worth that. But that's, you know, whether the people who own it deserve it is beside the point. The point is that it's worth it. Respawn again. How do I do that? I could just jump in that lava. That'll work. So a big part of this game is just like trying to not starve and you know, to not go hungry, you need all kinds of things going on. The first thing you ought to do is punch a tree, because then when you get wood, you can use the wood to craft shit that you could use to, you know, make better tools. Like, okay, now that it's daytime, the zombies won't attack me. Yeah, I mean, you know, game is it's a little bit like Stardew Valley in some ways. There's a lot of farming involved. There's a lot of just like building shit and like working. Right now I have a little house, and hey, an egg. Inside this house I have a crafting table, so let me try making some stuff. Uh So you take oak logs and you turn them into oak planks, and then you turn those planks into the dark oak button. No, let's make some sticks so that we can make tools like that. And then now we can make an axe so we can more efficiently chop wood and stuff. You know, we get wood so we can get more wood and all that. I need a sword too. Alright, so now I can go out and I can farm. This isn't really good farmland. Where should I farm? Probably by the water. Ugh, there's not a whole lot of flat land here either. I'll figure this one out. I might need to move. I don't know if this is a great spot to live. I could probably build a farm just like right here. Nah, that'd suck to harvest stuff from a cliff. I can start small right here. I don't have any I don't have any seeds. I have flowers. But yeah, like now I have a pickaxe, so I can do that. Get whatever this is. It's a really weak pickaxe, so it's taking too long. Also, I hit it too hard. If it does that, that means it's not gonna leave an object. So I need to come back when I get a more powerful pickaxe. So like yeah, if I take some of this stuff, this is like cobblestone. If I turn the yeah, I don't know if this is interesting to talk about the game. What else are we talking about, guys? We're coming up on the last 20 minutes of the show. The what I write down. I'm sure there's something fun to talk about. Kim K's ass did not break the internet. Yeah, I don't know. I I guess everyone saw it, but it's like it's it had been already a long time since the internet had given us such easy access to gigantic asses. You know, the kind of thing that you would need your homie Apu to be kind of discreet about in the past. Kim K just copied Grace Jones. I'm sorry, I'm not sure who that is. Stardew Valley is comf. I know Meredith hates Stardew Valley. I'm not sure if she's actually played it. I know she loves Starbound. Let's see. Oh yeah, people have been getting their dachshund plushies. They've been getting their peppers. That's great. And also working on the next one. You know, I realized that uh I need to make a Heidi plush for the same reason that Fred needs to make a JJ plush to go with his Wolfgang plush. It's so they can have a duet together. Like, the allure of that is way too strong, and I feel like that has been the intent the entire time for him, that Fox and Wolf can sing a song together, and now you can have that for yourself. And that's always been the thing in Dog of Wisdom too, that they sing together. And I'm hoping people will have fun with their two plushies together. I know that I did one, but it was because they wanted me to do one, and now they want me to do the other. So we're gonna have a set going. I'm sure we'll bring back Pepper as a second run, so people can get one if they missed out. And yeah, I'm happy that people are happy with their plushies. What else do I need to have a stone axe? There we go. Okay, so now I can get whatever that was, the thing that looks like carrots. I heard there was going to be an Elden Ring movie, and my friend who likes Elden Ring seemed pretty skeptical of it. I I don't think I don't think very highly of video game adaptation movies. I'm not really sure how they're going to portray a extremely grand scale game like Elden Ring in a short thing like a movie. Like, it's not. What are they gonna make, like a trilogy? Are they gonna make like three trilogies? I feel like to show a whole experience that a game like that is showing, you would have to condense everything, sort of like how the series of unfortunate events movie did. Although, even though I consider that movie to be flawed in that way, it's one of my favorite movies. So, it, you know, if all goes well. Oh wait, I made an axe, not a pickaxe. That's why it's not working. So I guess in the best possible scenario, you could have a sort of weird movie like that I like because it's, even though it's kind of rushed, um I do like how it looks, and I do like Jim Carrey in that movie. This is an even better axe for wood. Would you and Mare ever play Infiniminer? Well, the thing is, we don't usually play too many PC games over LAN, but if we could get that going, I would love to play some StarCraft or like Diablo. Do I have it? No. No, I don't have it installed, but someday I should do some Diablo on Thingus because that's one of my favorites too. Me and my brother would do Diablo 2, and I played that with Anna during the pandemic. That was so much fun. We played on laptops sitting next to each other, and we played over the internet. Fucking love that. I love just like getting the shit. It's just like a game where there's so much to get. This is another game like that. There's just so much to get in this game. So many fucking things in this world. So many different elements and objects and types of blocks. Where'd my crafting table? Like past that mushroom pile. I need to make a bed so I can sleep. It's getting really dark. I also need to cook something. Oh no! I threw those eggs. Ow. Now I'm being fuckered by skeletons. Oh no! That's a creeper. Blows up. This game is from 2010. So, I don't know. Most of us probably grew up with it at this point. I remember when I was a teacher, one of the classes, I was a teacher at a camp, not like a teacher at school, which I did like a teaching job at a camp, and also like a course, like a institute, or not like an institute, like a after school program. But like at the camp, it was like more fun stuff than vocational. So like there was a Minecraft class, and that was like, did maybe Danielle taught that one? I forget, but that was when I met Danielle when we were working at this camp, and back then, Minecraft was really big. It was new, and it was like there was a class on how to make Minecraft mods, just kind of fun. I didn't teach that class, but I taught some of the other shittier classes. But I was like kind of resistant to Minecraft back then. I didn't want to try it. It looked kind of ugly. I mean, it still looks kind of ugly, but oh my god! And look how I just like fucking died because I died like a few steps away from my house. Where's all my stuff? Well, here, let me load a different game. Still thinking about things stink. Here, let's try thinking about things. This is one that is creative mode. So you don't die in this. Oh, I see. I was making like a house. I was working on something. I made this thing to know where I was if I went really far away. And I made that thing to remember to. Yes, now I remember. Remember that this is the entrance to my cave. It goes down hundreds of miles to the ocean. This is, you know, good repetitive exercise when you're thinking about things. It's just like, I don't know, dig to the bottom of the world. Get rid of the water. Just make my little home down here. Get a torch. And this is where I live, at the bottom of the sea, underneath the water. Sea lab. Look, I have a cute little waterfall. It's actually a leak, but I like to think of it as a waterfall instead. Well, that's actually the exit. That's how I get back. Wait, but then what's this? Oh right, I have two caves that are right next to each other. Can I go up this way and find something? I think it just like brings me out 2 feet away from the previous hole. Oh yeah, it's like inside the ocean. Yeah, I like Minecraft for its like meditative, like contemplative qualities. It's like this sort of thing appeals to me. It's like, you ever think that you'd like to just like go somewhere like this where like no one can find you? Like you carve out a little existence in this nether world. Trying to make a nice little home for yourself. There, let's try this. Instead, we can make it like the water flows and there's just glass over it. But yeah, I'm so glad I went to that. The fucking GNX on the stage with the tires screeching and all the pyrotechnics. You could feel those fucking flames when he said "bomb" and there was like flames come out. You could feel the heat from those flames. That shit was so cool. I was kind of close. I didn't get like the best seats, but I got like, you know, floor seats. I got close and you know, was really there. You could see SZA so well. She, oh my god, she's so hot. there was so much artistry in that, and I don't know. I just think he's so brave to take everyone on like that. I feel like he's showing something. He's showing a strength that we really need at this time. That like he's he's like spitting in the face of these like little MAGA weirdos like Drake, like shitty little men. It's like he's speaking the truth and he's getting mad and still winning, unlike everyone else. Yeah, like I wasn't sure if I was gonna go, but I'm definitely gonna remember that forever. My kingdom, my underlair. Mine underlair. Finally safe from the Jordan. Oh no, the Jordan found me. It's their fault again. Hitler would probably play Minecraft. Oh no, I flooded my own shit. Alright, let's glass it up. Gotta go around the lava somehow. This is like way easier. Like, not only can you not take damage, but also, oh wow, I found a whole world. Wow, look. Oh, that's always nice. You find a whole world, a whole new world in Minecraft. Yeah, it's kind of nice having creative mode because then there's no enemies that can kill you, and it also doesn't take energy or time to destroy bricks. You could just like smash them. I guess you do lose out on like little things like this where it's like, oh wow, diamonds. You get excited, but now it's not actually exciting. I guess I'll just leave them where they are because they're nice looking in the wall like that. And you know, I can make a diamond anything, but I don't even have to because I could just use a lamp. I could just use a torch to destroy the strongest blocks in the game. Let's explore this area. Oh, there's creepers, but you know they can't kill me. Hello. Nice now. Gotta explore the rest of this place. There's some rubies. Can't see and I'm stuck. Let's see. Any last thing I wanted to talk about before the end of the stream? Um, let's see. Hmm. Art made by oligarchs. Well, I think we talked about that one a little bit together last time, or maybe 2 weeks ago, when we were saying how there is kind of this divide now. We can sort of see this difference between art and entertainment. And it's like if entertainment just exists to be a job and not to push the arts and elevate the art further, then it's really just a job and not really art. And I would argue that it is art, but it's art made by oligarchs, and oligarchs making art is bad because over time, I think artists realize that they're just making art for the benefit of these huge fucking dickheads that are keeping most of the world's resources selfishly to themselves. And there's no way that a person like that could have any actual thing to say with art. They're just making it because it makes money, and they don't actually have any good things to say. Not that they couldn't, not that being rich makes you automatically not a real person anymore. But I think a lot of what those people do is diminished. Like, let's think of like, maybe Haim Saban is an exception. I feel like he had more of an aesthetic eye than most billionaires do. I feel like I could probably say that I admire his work because, you know, even if he just was like a producer, I feel like he may have contributed more to the arts than the average billionaire. And you know, maybe he wasn't a billionaire at the time, but I'm sure he was a rich man. He was the executive. Oh wow, look at all this stuff. Like green emeralds or something. It's just googe. Um, but yeah, oligarch art. It's I think it would be tough to really have something to say if you're only in it for the money. You know, I like wondering about this because I remember thinking how like people like Jeffrey Katzenberg and Mike Eisner were pretty much just in it for the money, but they wanted to make great art anyway. Like they wanted to make great art for the money. I think it's that like a lot of capitalist ventures have become efficient. You know, you don't need to make great art. You just need to generate a terrible monkey and call it art. It's like that's what makes the same money as something expensive like animation. So why should the Jeffrey Katzenbergs of today give a fuck? I don't know. I guess I don't know if capitalists used to be better or whatever, but good stuff got done, even if it does have that capitalist stink all over it, like you know, many of those Disney movies made in that era. But they're, you know, they're still good. They're still art. It's still a lot of artistry to a lot of what they made. Um, and now I'm not sure what an oligarch can make. I'm not sure if an oligarch has the ability to make something good. Um, yeah, just a thought. Since so much art is being driven by oligarchs, I just saw a news article today saying that Seth Rogen was pressured by Apple TV to change a character in his show. Like he did like a character, like a cameo of the Netflix CEO guy, and the company Apple was like, "Can you make it Apple's CEO instead?" And he was like, "No." It's like, what? Why would you want him to just like swap him out for like some other rich guy when it's like, you know, there's clearly some like story. I forget what the show was, like a documentary maybe. Anyway, it had the Netflix guy in it anyway. They wanted to what? Who gives a fuck about Tim Cook? It's like, you know, Steve Jobs was the Apple guy. Um, but yeah, like they just want you to put them in their work, put them in your work. Like when we were kids, fucking other kids would come up to me and say, "Draw me." It's just like that. That's what fucking oligarchs want. They just want you to make them look good. This is so fucking boring. You should have he should have drawn him getting murdered or something. That's what they really deserve. But, you know, even Newgrounds doesn't want you uploading shit like that now. Well, you know, that there's too many fuckers on the internet, and then like that shit happens where like somebody shoots up Apple or something because somebody made a game where it happens. It's like, I guess we can't even talk about this through art. But, you know, I don't think making a game where you kill Mark Zuckerberg is necessarily inciting violence, but it could be interpreted as that. You know, I wanted to know if there was a game where you like the game like is spyware. I wanted to know if there was a game that is spyware that or like malware that installs itself on your computer and like not like a game that contains malware. I mean, like a game that is malware. It's like, haha, we've taken over your computer and encrypted all your files. It's like a ransomware program. It's like, now you must play the game in order to save your work. And it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just like a mining game. Like, they literally condemn you to like slavery in digital mines just to get your files back that you worked so hard for, that were encrypted by a virus. Yeah, there should be stuff like that in the future. Malware game like takes you and your whole life ransom until you beat the game. I mean, I guess this is the plot to Tron. This happens in the movies. It also happened in that Dexter's Lab episode, which I saw before Tron, just like how I saw Spaceballs before I saw Star Wars. Oh yeah, that reminds me. We went to Mahoning Drive-In again, and you know, I had a great experience last time, but this time it was, well, you know, I love going. I still had a great time, but it was very difficult. You know, they were playing the Muppets. It was still fun, but like as soon as the movie started, it began thunderstorming. And then as soon as the movie ended, the thunderstorm stopped. And then as the second movie was starting, the thunderstorm started again. And at that point, it was like, well, we're tired. Let's go to bed. I went to my tent and I couldn't even see the movie. I could just hear it. It was like, you know, there was just like drumming on my tent. The rain is just like thunder and lightning outside. And you could hear just like the Muppets Treasure Island. You just hear like people singing sea shanties from the radios in people's cars. And like, you know, I just like couldn't fucking sleep. It was so loud. Yeah, I mean, it was still fun, but that was a little bit rough. Still would recommend the experience of going to a drive-in theater. It's so magical. It was great, actually. There was like a costume contest. There were people dressed up as like Kermit and Piggy. There's a guy who worked on the Muppet movies and in the props department, who brought a bunch of the props from the movie to show us. That was so cool. And you know, there's like the winners of the winners of the costume contest was like a woman who dressed as Piggy and a baby dressed as Kermit. It was like, can she hold the baby? It was like they posed for a photo together. It was really cute. You know, my nephew and his friend were there. They had fun. But his friend had to leave early, which made him cry. So how sad. Yeah, because like the rain just messed up their tent and they had no choice but to go home. Oh, but like I still can't wait to go back. I thought of it because we missed out on Spaceballs. They were showing Spaceballs the next day, but we didn't watch that. We just stayed for the one night. And well, I fucking love Spaceballs. I would love to go see it again. I always think about Spaceballs now because whenever I hear news about quantum computing, this is what I think it is gonna be. It's like you turn on the computer screen and it's just a picture of the back of your head. And it's not like there's a camera on the back of your head. It's just computing it in real time. It's like, what the hell am I looking at? You're looking at now. And it's like, that's what I imagine quantum computers to be capable of. Because it's like, on a regular computer, you have transistors, right? And there is a finite amount of transistors you can put on a microchip because there's only so much space. And it's like, you know, you have to keep them small because the bigger they get, the hotter they are. And like, you know, then you have to figure out new cooling methods and whatnot. But like with quantum computing, it like, I don't know how it works. It's like taps into alternate universes where it has more transistors. I don't know. It feels like something that doesn't, maybe it doesn't actually make sense in the way that I think it does. Like when you think about like how they would have explained it in like a 90s movie, it's kind of like that probably. It's like just like some techno babble about like it or like rather it like it kind of like overestimates the properties or the capabilities of the hardware. Like how I remember when the Wii came out and people were playing Wii Sports, and you didn't have to do this, but people were like really like winding up and pitching, and I think that's part of the fun. Even though you didn't have to do that. There was a video, I remember when the Wii came out, there was a video of these two kids playing with the least amount of effort possible. It was so pathetic. It was like the laziest game of Wii Sports ever. And they were just like, ugh. And it worked. So watching that video proved that you don't have to do any of that. But in their minds, they did. Like, and it was more fun that way, to think that it mattered if you actually did the wind up like a real baseball pitch. It's all in your mind. They got us good with that one. Well, I think this is about the end of the stream. But hope I did good okay just by myself tonight. I hope you had fun watching the boy games. What Muppets did they have that were notable? Oh no, they didn't actually have Muppets with them. They had props. They had like a little jar that Rizzo gets stuffed into, and it's like on the other side there's a glass thing that you can see through it and see that he's stuck in there. He had a scroll. He had a black dot, which I didn't see the movie, so I didn't know what the reference to the dot was. But he had let's see, he had something else. He had some other stuff. There was a cane that he said was from the movie. And then there were people walking around with puppets. Those were adorable. Not just Muppet-like puppets, but, all kinds of puppets. Like dogs, animals. The black spot. Yes, he had the black spot. But yeah, you gotta love the energy, rain or shine. You gotta love the dedication people have to keeping that culture alive. I think I think I've been depressed for years now that going to the movies is no longer a fun experience for me. Mike likes the movies. He still goes to them, and sometimes he says it was good. But other times he's just like, holds his nose or just like throws his arms up in exasperation. I remember there was a time when Oscar was a baby. Meredith was like, "Hey Joe, we're going to Costco. Me and Oscar are going to Costco. Do you want to come?" Or Mike is going to see The Last Jedi. You could go with him. I decided to go with Costco, and I think I made the right choice because The Last Jedi is now infamously bad. Is like the movie that was like the sequel to the first new Star Wars movie, and it just like subverted expectations, like in a really annoying, not fun way. It subverts your expectations. The real reason was because Redditors guessed what they were going to do, and to look smart, they subverted their expectations. But it actually made them look goofy. And, since Disney owned them, just because Disney owned them doesn't mean they want to look goofy. They tried to patch things up in the third movie, but it was also very silly. And, I just wish that I had wanted to go. I wish that I could have expected something good and not something taxing on the soul. Like those movies take from us. This is not the culture that I want to be in. I want to be in Mahoning Drive-In, where not only is everything fucking old and covered in a layer of dust, but the enthusiasm is 100 times greater than the things that are clean. It's just like everybody loves the movies. They're not gonna drive home just because it rained. They're not, you know, Meredith was like, I think everyone left. But then the rain cleared up and they were all there. Mahoning Drive-In is a magic place. And if you can find those places where movie magic still exists, where they'll put on old movies or, you know, like some shit you've never seen, like try to hold on to that if you can find it, because you know, even though I've only been to Mahoning twice, I love the curation. I love all the movies that I didn't even get to see, like Spaceballs and what they did a whole John Waters festival that we missed out on. God, I fucking love John Waters. And like we went to Disney. They did like Disney, Little Mermaid, and Aladdin. So much fun. It's like you gotta hold on to those things if you can find them, or even just friends who are as passionate about movies as people like Mike are. It's, you know, it's great when he talks about movies. Of course. Sorry. Chicken Jockey. Oh yeah, so Chicken Jockey was one of the things that got me depressed, because there's a Minecraft movie. In case you didn't know, they made a Minecraft movie called A Minecraft Movie, and the meme of the day is Chicken Jockey, which is apparently an excuse for people to trash movie theaters, and you know, theaters started putting up signs saying you'll be arrested if you do this shit, but this is what people are going out to actually see. They're actually paying to see this movie, and then, you know, it's so disrespectful what they do. I really hate it. It's so not nice to throw popcorn, even if, you know, if something's exciting. Like I would go see some shit like The Room or you know the thing, man. You know, I get the interactive element. That's the whole point of going to the movies, is the interactive element. But I don't think that this is a you know, very respectful way to go to the movies. And I hope that this isn't just like, you know, the sign that movies are dead, that like people are only going so that they can make fun of the minimum wage workers who work there. It's like, it's making me sad thinking that that's all there is left, is like this making a mockery of the theater with the stupid fucking meme that was the whole point, is just to like get your shit on TikTok. Fuck big tech and their shitty, like what they've done to culture and media. It's like, I don't think this enriches by this throwing popcorn because the internet said so. It's like trashing shit. Somebody brought a chicken in. Somebody brought a fucking chicken into the theater. It's like, is this fun? Do you think this is fun? Like, yeah, I think movies are fun. I don't like going to the movies very often because there's usually nothing really good. I saw the Mario movie. I was so mad. I'm sure the Minecraft movie is similar. It's like, it doesn't feel like they actually have to try that hard to make a good, or to make a successful video game adaptation movie. They just need to know what will get people, like, you know, they made a Mario movie before, so I guess they just figured if we make an animated one, it'll do well. Like, did anyone did anyone care about the famous people or the animation studio that did it? I feel like just the name Mario is stands stronger, which should be the final thing I talk about tonight. I had this realization last week that I'm always talking about the video game crash and how we're still, seeing the effects of it. And like I noticed that like Nintendo had that seal of quality to try and reassure uh, customers that these games didn't suck. And they had this little seal that was supposedly the your assurance that we guarantee it. But over time I realized that the the image of Mario has replaced that. Just Mario himself is the seal of quality. You know that Nintendo is making it if it's got Mario, and they stake their reputation on that. Now, Mario has probably had a bunch of shitty games, like, shovelware games with his name on it, I'm sure. But for the most part, they don't just make a new Mario. They usually wait till they make a new console to make a new Mario game. So there is this sort of brand integrity there. And I think I had this realization because I went to the Muppets and I saw Kermit playing his banjo. I was thinking, it's like, wow, this is like a defining moment for Kermit. This is what distinguishes him from Mickey Mouse and Sonic the Hedgehog. He plays the banjo, they don't. And well, Mickey maybe, but nobody remembers that. Like to see a character be distinguished and then to think about the brand they represent, that they have this like entire company backed behind their image. That like Kermit the Frog doesn't just stand for Muppets, he also stands for Sesame Street and anything else Jim Henson makes, like those realistic puppets that look nothing like Muppets. You still have Kermit the Frog as their representative. And I was thinking about that a lot, like how video game companies do this too. And basically every single company in the world, every single sports team, every single country has a mascot like that, like a cartoon, like Uncle Sam even is that for the United States. The Philadelphia Eagles have a Philadelphia Eagle. It's there's a lot of that in businesses. The Salt Girl, for example, is like there's a cartoon character that stands for that like stamp image that they used to have on old Nintendo games. They probably don't still have that, but maybe they do. I haven't been looking for it. It's an old thing that dates back to the video game crash. I just think that like it's interesting that like now we've kind of replaced that with characters. Although I feel like we started doing it a long time ago, and maybe it's not holding up anymore. You ask a true fan, and they'll tell you that it has not been the same since Jim Henson died, and you can't have Kermit be played by someone else for very long because you'll see how wrong they get it. I feel like the respectable thing to do is just to try and do Kermit as if he were you. If you can't do it the way Jim does it, you shouldn't try. And maybe cartoon characters die too. I used to think they were immortal, and their films are immortal, but they aren't. Their creators get old, they lose the plot, or in Chuck Jones' case, they add eyelashes to him, and they eventually die. And then when they're gone, the character is gone. I never fucking liked any Bugs Bunny since like 1990 and on. It's always like, what's up, Doc? Like, it doesn't look like him. It doesn't sound like him. It looks like a cartoon, but I think this is why you have to make up your own characters, like Jim did. He was working in a new medium. You have to work in video games were a new medium. Where's our new medium? That was decades ago. We have I suppose indie animation is my medium of choice. I feel like it's still pretty unexplored as an art form, as a genre of show. Cartoons and animated sitcoms. You still have a lot to explore there. It's relatively young compared to oil painting. Like video games are even newer. Sorry, I guess I said I was going to talk about one last thing, and now I'm talking about another last thing. Anyway, I don't know where to conclude on that. Where like a character has stood for a brand's integrity until it didn't, and now it's like people are finally, after all this time, starting to get skeptical about Nintendo. This is like, what do you mean $80? So like, I guess there is no conclusion right here and now. We'll see how things shake out. I think I'm curious to see how the new Donkey Kong game reviews are, because if that game is really worth $80, that'll be some shit. That'll be great. But yeah, like the skepticism for Nintendo is strong right now, and maybe they like that. Maybe they love when you count them out. Maybe I love when you count me out. My name is in your mouth. Have a good night.